We have proper microphone equipment.
How do we have proper microphone?
Did you hit go live on the duck? No, you didn't. You do this every.
It doesn't say go live. It says start broadcast, so I don't go live. I
do this
start the
every
broadcast.
year.
Do you have any other movie you know how to quote?
Not as confidently as Ice Age. They do this.
For those of you
every
just
year.
tuning in, Lunchtime Live is now live.
We love the lives.
We do love the lives. We just also forget to grab food in a timely manner. So every time, every week, we are constantly rushing to finish eating our food and then jump into this room and do the live.
I mean, theoretically, we could eat on the live, but at the same time,
Like,
stop it. No, but no. Welcome to the live. If you guys have any questions off rips, go ahead and drop them in the comments.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, does that show it?
Yeah, that shows. Oh, I think that'll show it on here though too.
No, it's the crop is.
Yeah, see, it moves.
It moves the crop. Oh, good. It's on just me.
Anyways, now that I'm talking, it'll be on my ear.
Anything closer? That closer. Me? No, I'm good. What's up, man? Welcome to the live.
What's up, Alpha Noob Entertainment? Haroon Hybrid V2 versus Gate Titan Expert.
I don't have any experience with the Peruns. I've heard very good things about them, though.
The Peroon, I still think the Gate offers you more feature, and I think their UI for using their MOSFET is easier to use and understand. Functionally, they're both really, really good. I think Gates are still a little bit easier to program. That's the only thing I would say. Outside of that, though, the Peroon is a really good option, especially for the price.
Yeah, I want to try a Peroon here at some point.
Well,
I just want to have more.
We just got those.
Kirby uses all the time.
Well, we got the M9. We got the M trigger for the P90s, and they're going to start using Peroon MOSFETs. He originally had used Gates, and now he's going to start using Peroons.
The P90, man, I remember when I had one of those. I loved it. I had a TM back in the day.
I had an Echo One. That was my first airsoft gun. My first actual airsoft gun was a Echo One P90, and I thought in my 12-year-old brain that when you bought a red dot and you put it on, and the red dot was over here, and the BB shot that way, that meant that the gun was broken, and so I got rid of it.
That's awesome.
That's still his mentality.
That's still my mentality. Yes, that's why I don't have sights.
Yeah. What do y'all think of that blowback VFC LMG?
If you're talking about the 249,
Yeah.
I'm really excited about it. I'm also really scared.
I just think cooldown's the only issue. I think other than that, I mean, we've seen gas blowback full auto, time and time again. I think it'll be a humongous candidate for HPA, putting an HPA adapter on it, like a mag adapter.
Oh yeah.
Depending on how the BBs, I just want to see the inner workings of the box mag, to be honest. That's really my biggest.
I really want to see how the bolt functions too, because I want to see durability. I want to see it. There's a lot of stuff with a gun that's built specifically for full auto in terms of durability too. I'm really interested in getting my hands on it and tearing it the hell apart.
Yeah, I think that. I think it's going to struggle if it runs off of green gas. Truthfully, it's my personal opinion. If it runs off of CO2, I don't know if they're going to run 33 grams, but that could get expensive. And 12 grams, I feel, just won't be enough to chug through even if it's only a 100-round box mag.
I mean, if they're setting it up also for a remote line CO2 paintball style setup, then it'd be very easy to just switch that over to HPA, just regular air system.
If they do something like the Tippmann, where it's blowback, but it's not like a gas blowback, but if they do something like that, that would be really cool, because the Tippmanns, are pretty dope.
We have a special guest. This is not Miko, because Miko could not be held this easily.
Is that Duncan?
Yes.
I thought Duncan didn't like being held.
Donkey, look at Issues.
Duncan.
There's Gordy.
Hi, Duncan. Gorita. She's terrified.
Where is
She's like,
she?
where's my
She
dad?
wants Dada.
Where's my dad?
Special guest appearing on the live today.
Special guests.
Here, come over.
Bring Gordy over.
These are Ryan's dogs. He has
Look at
brought
these
them.
two. Oh, you gotta bring her over more.
A little more.
Yeah,
Okay,
there
so
you
now
go.
you're on Insta.
There they are.
There's one of them on Insta.
No,
There we go.
She's coming.
Hang on, the delay.
There
they are.
Look at them. Hi guys. Look at the guys. Well,
Frozen with.
Go give them back to Ryan.
yeah, they're gonna have an anxiety attack.
Yeah.
Them poor little things. They're small.
Go get him.
Little dogs.
We've got more likes than those 10 seconds of those dogs being on the entirety of all of the lives put together.
We'll just do the live, but it's just
It's just a dog. Yeah.
We
it's
don't
just
like.
dogs
There's no
sitting there.
words. It's just like a live stream of just
Dogs.
doggos. But anyhow, great little interruption. Wouldn't have wanted it any other way.
What's that?
Question: hooking up a Max with LED tracer dual windows to my Polarstar V3 MCU on the FCU. Is there a proper way to do this, or run its own battery source?
Do not run its own battery source unless you are also running it, like splicing it weirdly into the trigger contacts. Don't run a separate battery source because those LEDs are really high powered and they will actually melt the plastic casing that they are in if they're on for longer than 45 seconds, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So they will actually melt. So don't run it to its own dedicated power source unless you have an on-off on the gun somewhere for that power source, because it will melt the plastic casing that they're in. What we offer is actually a wire harness that hooks up to your Fusion engine or Polarstar, whatever FCU, and that'll go straight in and replace your existing wire harness that they use. And it'll plug right in. It's a plug and play wire harness. The main thing with it is that it comes with the resistor that's needed so that nothing gets screwed up on the FCU side and the LED side, and everything's protected. We offer that on our website. Is there any specific name for it other than Max Tracer?
So like Max Tracer LED harness or something.
Yeah.
They're unfortunately very tedious to build, and they often are out of stock, but they're a fantastic option. I would just sign up for restock notifications on that, and then when they do come back, just snag them ASAP because they go quick. But they work. They work really well. Yin's done yet? You done with shipping yet?
Did the kids get their Christmas they wanted, John?
Yeah, John,
It's on
are
you.
you gonna ruin?
Are you
someone's
ruining Christmas?
Not Christmas.
Not Christmas. Fellas, what's up, dog? You're here early this time.
Well, he changed classes,
I know.
so he's here. He's here now. He's just here.
He's here. So what would be better? Question for the Crytek LVOAS.
So,
Probably referring to the Perun or gate. As long as you can HVA that. Then talking about the LMG.
Oh, okay, yes. And then back to okay,
I
so
think-
3 questions, kind of. So,
I think either MOSFET would be fine
yes.
at the end of the day. You're gonna have to modify the gearbox regardless. Yeah, HPA adapt on a gas plow-back LMG, 100%.
And then the last one is, hey, y'all looked into the new Gate HPA engine. Looked into? Yes. Actually had it in our hands and are working and testing it? No. We've answered this a few times about the Gate. I know a lot of people want to know about the Gate engine, and we're super psyched about it. I want to know more about the Gate 2 or the Titan 2 for HPA. I really want to see what that integrates with. So as far as any new information, I don't have any new information. As far as what it is, it looks like it's a single solenoid system, really tiny footprint. Looks a little bit shorter than a jack, but probably about the same function as a jack is definitely shorter than an Inferno. The Inferno is a really big solenoid and a much longer body. My only concern with the size of the engine is air volume. I'm wondering if the air volume might be either restricted or a little low because of how tiny it is. But it might not be. It just depends on how they route the air through the system and how the nozzle moves back and forth.
Right.
I
really don't know.
But that'll be something to test and try and figure out. Yeah, that's more accurate. Sorry,
Tony, you a bird?
It's a Duncan playing with squeaky.
What kind of bird would you be?
Pigeon.
A pigeon?
Pigeon.
There you go.
All right.
Cool.
Braces came off today. Finally, freedom to eat whatever.
I can still remember that feeling.
I never had braces.
It's like you
I'm
got
sorry.
gums covering your teeth for the first day.
Well, it's weird because like popcorn was always the thing that you couldn't eat with braces,
Yeah, 'cause of
and
the
I just ate popcorn for a month after I took my braces off.
Popcorn with the ranch seasoning. Mm. Mm.
superior.
My new thing is chocolate covered pop.
That's
That is
been a
also
thing.
good.
I know. That's my new.
Oh, I do like that. It's good. Pittsburgh Popcorn Company.
I got ice cream.
He said, I still ate popcorn with the
I did
braces.
too.
Yeah.
It was a pain in the ass cleaning out.
Why not? You get the old toothpick or something? Is that what you do?
I know you like take a toothbrush and you like literally like go
Go to
on
town.
each one. Oh yeah, Starbursts. Starburst though. Oh, I missed those. Yes, that's another one. Like any taffy like candy.
Laffy Taffy. Banana Laffy Taffy.
What is the best FCU? I have a Gen 1 Inferno. I think the newer FCUs, as long as they didn't change the plug, I think the newer FCUs from Wolverine will work with your Gen 1 still. But I would say just get the new premium one, and it'll plug in exactly like your old one. It just won't have those weird dials anymore. You'll have a bunch of flashing lights and different indicators and stuff, so you can change a lot more stuff around and visibly see exactly what you're changing instead of just dwell, rate of fire, and trying to adjust just those two things, you know. But that's what I would say. Just get a premium. You'll be set.
Ew, Banana Laffy Taffy. You're gross. Green Apple was the best. Green Apple is good.
Green apple's best.
But Banana Laffy Taffy, bro. That's gas. I don't care that you think it's gross.
Same time, man.
Because it's freaking good.
Andrew Softs. Yo.
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 Yo. Can you yo-yo?
I can go up and down
No.
consistently. I can't like do tricks or anything.
I had a nice yo-yo back in the day. I loved it. I should get another one. It was fun.
Did you ever do magazine sales at your high school?
I never participated.
I never participated, but then they had like this little thing at the end of it of like who won the magazine sales, basically. Like who knew whose family friend was a doctor, and you just have them buy it all for their lobby.
Yeah, I remember watching. I think iDubbbz made a video on those, and it was about all like the, here you've sold $10,000 worth of stuff. Here's a $30 yo-yo. I thought that shit was fun.
Well, that's why I was bringing it up, because it was like the end of the year they bring it up, and then like nobody in our class participated, so they had all these things there, and they just started handing out yo-yos. It was just all day. All of us were yo-yoing.
Oh yeah, that's funny. Getting the parts for my Grantham AK105 build. If you haven't seen it, look it up. It's sexy, especially with the L-can. Yeah, that's a very good look.
Yeah.
I love the L-cans on them. Very, very cool. That'll be a nice build.
The L-can looks very good on the RPK-16.
Well, the reference photos of the RPK-16 is the Russian variant of the L-can. That's why the L-can kind of looks almost like correct.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe anyone makes a replica of that site. Ryan will probably know what it's called. I just
No, it is the weird Russian one because I looked into it.
What's Ryan? What's the Russian Elcan called?
What's the Russian Elcan called?
That one. Oh, you know. Okay. Okay.
Whatever.
He doesn't know. Okay.
But
I thought he might.
when I was looking into doing the build for the VSS, I was looking into that site because they did
Mhm.
do that as well.
Yeah, it's cool.
How about that site?
Got a question for you guys. What do I do with an out-of-date 1330 HPA tank?
So how out of date is it? You basically have the 5-year mark after the original date of manufacture, and that then is out of date, and then it can be rehydroed, and it can only be rehydroed 3 times, and each time it's rehydroed is another 5-year period. So if you are only out of date by the first 5-year mark, you need to go get your tank rehydroed. You can go onto Ninja's website, and they have a really nice form that you can just fill out and then mail your tank to them, and they will hydro test it for you, rehydro it, put the new marking down of the date of hydro, and then you're good for another 5 years. I had to do that with one of my Ninja tanks. I actually had an HK tank too that I sent to them. They were totally fine doing it. If you're in the Pittsburgh area, there's actually a local guy that we have business cards for out in the retail area that hydro tests all of our big scuba tanks. He also does little paintball tanks too. So if you are looking for that, then yeah. I think it just says 715 and it's still full. So it being full, they're going to empty it when they go to rehydro it. But so 715, when that thing expired would have been 7/20/20. So then you're now out of the second hydro date, but you're still within the 15-year period that it can be hydroed again. So you would just send it out to get it rehydroed. If you are in the Pittsburgh area, there is that guy that we took our scuba tanks to. I can't remember the name or his business off the top of my head, but we have his cards on the retail store. I'll try and grab one and send it your way after the live.
I have 2 HPA tanks. The internal O-rings are fine and good to go, but the O-ring at the very top where you screw in your regulator is F on both of them. I've tried so many O-rings, but they haven't worked. What are good ones to buy so I can use them again? Good O-rings? Oh, I mean, brand-wise, I mean, O-rings are O-rings. You know, doesn't Ninja sell the
Ninja
full
sells,
tank?
yeah, Ninja sells a complete repair kit. I would go and grab that. Sometimes we have it on stock on our website. If we don't, Ninja has it on their website. If they don't, then we're probably waiting for them to get it back in stock and all that. Hi, Kev. What food are you eating?
I haven't heard from Tom in years. I hope he calls me and shows me love and affection. He doesn't do that.
I don't call. I don't write. Let you come to me.
Sounds about right. How long do orders take now since it's the holidays? The biggest backup right now is HPA builds.
HPA builds. So we put up on the website that if you ordered after the 9th, we were not guaranteeing anything to get to your house by Christmas just because of shipping stuff and build times. Right now, we are pretty much caught up to, if you place an order on the 10th, we're currently working through those, but actually we don't have a lot. So we'll probably be caught up by the end of this week to today, I would say. So like, what's today, 21st? I'd say by the end of the week, we'd probably be caught up. So hopefully going into like the after Christmas sale, and well, we're not doing after Christmas sale, but like any type of sale after that, we'll be caught up in tech so that we can hit those builds right at the sale points.
Yeah, we will have a New Year's sale coming up. Obviously, New Year's weekend. Everything else is as usual. So, I mean, if you place an order after 8 a.m., it will ship the next day, unless it's a gun build or a barrel build. But everything else should be good.
Yeah.
So we did have a pretty bogged down point.
You guys killed us.
Yeah.
You guys killed us.
Yeah, we've been working nonstop. So
I'm pulling 12-hour days like crazy to try and get this done.
Wow. Thanks for service. But no, seriously, tech has been busting in here, and every department has. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, this has been the craziest Christmas year that we've ever had. Actually, I think that's safe to say this has been the craziest Christmas year we've ever had, which is awesome. Thank you guys.
Should I rent Nods for Iron Horse?
Yes.
I mean, do you like to not see at night?
You're going to Guardian Center. Yes, you should rent Nods.
Well, he has a valid point. I will say, Guardian Center does have quite a bit of streetlights. If you like to just hit buildings over and over and over again, you know what I mean, and you're just trying to do that, you still definitely have an application for night vision, because even with the streetlights on, there's so many dark areas in the town. That if you're just walking blind. Last year, definitely night vision was a humongous advantage, even with the streetlights, because you could live in the dark and see everyone.
Yeah.
You know, and without night vision, your eyes are adjusting from light to dark, and now you're at an even larger disadvantage, because in that time it takes for your pupils to adjust, you're probably already dead. Obviously, when it's always dark, your eyes will adjust and let in as much light as possible. It gives you, your highest, performance.
Yes.
But as soon as you look at a street light, it's all gone.
Yeah.
Fun fact: that's why pirates wore eye patches.
Actually,
I didn't know this.
Yeah. First gen night vision. We say Gen 1 is what night vision is, but actually first gen night vision was an eye patch.
Right. So when you went into the bottom of the ship where it's pitch black, you'd open your eye patch up, and your eye would already be adjusted to how dark it was, and you could see. Like I never knew that, and it's really cool. But if you have the funds, if they're available, and you intend on playing every moment at that event, absolutely. But if you're, you just want to run it, dude.
NPZ, PSU, Wolf Optics makes it.
What is it?
NPZ, PSU 1.
NPZ,
PSU 1.
PSU 1.
Made by Wolf Optics. It's
made by
Russian.
Wolf Optics.
It's the actual Russian.
Is the Russian Alcan, if anyone was still curious.
How do you just know all these things?
I had to look that one up. I don't remember.
Ryan's the king of Googling, though. I will say that this man can. Hey, man, what's this like?
The glass in it's made in Germany. Found that out.
The glass in it's from Germany.
Yeah, they use a lighter lens color. It kind of tints everything a little bit yellow. The horseshoe was replaced on the reticle. It's a little thinner now in the newer models.
Ryan is definitely the dude of like, hey man, I found this picture. See that third guy in the background? What carabiner is he using? And like, give him 15 minutes and he'll come back.
Crop the image, zoom in on it, adjust.
Insane. Yeah, he's really good. That's so crazy. Imagine buying night vision and having them get shot out. I have personally never seen a night vision unit be shot out by an airsoft.
Crazy thing.
Personally,
first thing, rental units in the entire fleet all have BB protectors on them.
Right.
All of them do. And I full autoed one of the sample units that we got from the vendor that we got the BB protectors from. Full autoed it with a 1.5 jewel gun at 5 feet away from the muzzle, and that thing looked like it never got shot at all.
Well, even if it did break under BBs, it would stop the round.
That's the other part of that.
It does its job regardless if it cracks or doesn't.
The sacrificial lens that comes with a PVS-14 actually will stop a BB, but then the lens itself, because sacrificial, will shatter, but your actual optical lens, your objective lens is fine. And actually, I've seen people take shots to their objective lenses in airsoft, like very high power games, and they've been fine. It also depends on the angle that you're hitting things from. There's not really a lot that you should be worried about BB strikes. What you should be worried about is knockoff full power laser strikes in airsoft. That's more of a concern than a BB.
You see something dip, move that head out.
If you see a laser, move your head out of the way.
Yeah, even for your own eye's sake. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're running a single and you have that eye open, your pupil is dilated. It is as big as it gets.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the fake stuff is it's not preferred.
No, it's not. But
It works.
It works. I mean, we have the GMT D balls, right?
I think laser discipline is more important than what laser you're using.
Yes, absolutely, because you're giving yourself away every time you shine that laser in any direction.
Well, I'm more referring towards other players. Like
Yeah.
like the understanding between two people of like, okay, hey, there's a guy over there. I'm gonna work my laser from ground up.
Yeah.
Up to his midpoint, not like swing across his face or
Yeah.
if you can
Yeah.
avoid it, like that needs to be a more consistent mental. I feel.
I agree. I mean, you look at the Gun Gamers guys; they actually crazy. I've never seen this before, and I think it is a really good idea. They mark every person at Chrono. If you have a laser on your gun, or they see that you have a laser, you're using any type of laser for night vision, they mark your laser as eye safe. And if it is not eye safe, you can't use it.
Interesting.
So my Hollow Sun that I use, I can use that, but I can't use any of the GMPD balls that we have because they're not eye safe.
Yeah, interesting.
But I think it's really cool. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. A buddy of mine went to Iron Horse last year, and he said there were so many players it was impossible to move. What was your experience at Iron Horse like? I don't personally remember it being super clustered. The nighttime we were able to move no problem. There were some more engagements than you would anticipate on a night game though. Like most of the time it is a little bit slow. Even say 2 weekends ago in Texas for reindeer games, the night game was very slow. Not bad, just slow.
Yeah.
But yeah, Iron Horse was definitely a little bit more, a little bit more action. I think it was the street lights though. It really encourages players, even if they don't have night vision, that there is still plenty of usable area on the field.
Yeah.
To go out and play, which prompted more players than you're used to at a night game. During the day though, I mean it was definitely clustered, but I felt like we moved and ran and hit buildings and ran into new buildings and everything in between. So I don't know. I think if you're able to get a ticket, it's definitely worth going.
If you've never been to Guardian Center, Guardian Center is probably one of the most premium, best AOs to go to if you're looking to actually feel what like a bigger op is supposed to feel like. It's also one of the more dynamic environments because of how many buildings it has.
Yeah.
And it's a very rare area that you get to go and actually play with that many buildings that are in play outside of like an abandoned facility that's sketch as all hell.
But the thing about Iron Horse and Guardian Center that's cool is it's strategically built.
Yes.
It's not just a old textile plant, which I personally love. I can't get enough of that.
Yeah.
But you get this super cool opportunity to take rooms that are designed to be to train, buildings that are strategically placed different distances between each other. It like Tom was saying, it is if you have the opportunity.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
100%. But yeah, one pro tip for Guardian Center though that a lot of people, in my opinion, I feel misunderstand. Everyone thinks it's very, very like CQB oriented.
Oh no,
right?
Yeah.
Like you're, little stubby gun. Like we're indoors all day. There's some 250-foot shots that you'll be taking.
It's longer too.
And once you're in these buildings, even with a 15.5 rifle,
Mhm.
you're not at like a disadvantage.
No,
It's crazy.
the way these buildings are laid out, like really
Yeah.
open. There's a few that are very like shoot house style,
Absolutely.
and they're tight. But even running, if you know how to adjust on your longer rifle to go and take a room, you can definitely maneuver in even those tight buildings. But there's only like 3 out of the 55 that they have.
It's not as many as you
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
It's still very intense and very fun. CQB, more CQB than anything. But yeah, the jolts between buildings, the shots between buildings, they're further than you think.
If you have a shield, I would. But I don't think you can do AMS with shield.
No, they do not allow it. It is the Vant had a good a couple moments of effectiveness from my experience at Guardian Center when we went from Wilson West. There are some times like you think, oh, bro, building to building, we're good. And then all of a sudden the next building to building is 400 feet.
Yeah.
And it's like, great, I get to go in between, building on this side, building on this side, building here and building here. And I need to cross and I can only move it like a slight.
It's really
Shuffle.
funny because like we went to Amsato, and when we were at Guardian Center, you weren't running your shield. You were running one of the
Zapad.
Zapad.
Yeah, I was running
shields.
Zapad shields.
And when I was working with you, and when we were working with the guy who owned that shield at the time, it was really interesting because I didn't really think about how slow this guy was moving because I wasn't directly the guy on him. The only time I was for about 30 seconds when I was working with you on it. But then we did all of Amsato, like the long 2-hour period of time of you and I on that shield, and it's like there was like 40, 50 feet of open space where I had to take a second guess of, I don't think he can get across this fast enough, and we don't have enough support surrounding us. I don't think we should go this way. You know, it's like 40 feet. If it's me and I have my rifle, I'm just running it. Like,
Yeah.
like you can totally do that.
It's a whole different style of
Yeah.
play, and if you guys watch the Amsato video that is our most recent on YouTube, I didn't get as much footage from the Vant that I wanted. I definitely goofed with the camera placement until later.
Yeah.
But regardless, I want to get more of that. Oh, excuse me. I want to get more of that. It's definitely a very unique like gameplay to watch. So hopefully in the future.
That's so much fun.
Very fun.
That's so much fun.
Yeah, the van is a crazy experience. Y'all been playing MW2 on that gold camo grind? No. No, I haven't. I haven't played
That
video
is
games.
all Cole. Cole is our resident Modern Warfare nut.
He's excited for Tarkov. I'm excited for Tarkov.
I'm excited for the reset.
I'll have to fire up the old computer.
Tarkov. I love Tarkov.
Let me sit
I
down
hate
and
that fucking.
I love Tarkov.
I
I love how stressed I get.
let me
I love
sit down and
Tarkov.
relax,
I hate
and then
it.
just like sweat profusely playing a video game.
If somebody knows how to port Tarkov to a VR headset, please let me know. I've been trying to figure it out. That's not this giant, crazy workaround thing.
Well, it's not unless it's direct. It is gonna be a workaround, bro.
I know, but I've seen videos of people doing it. I would love to just be sweating, looking around like, oh my god, I'm gonna die any second. Like, I love Tarkov.
Guardian
Around,
Center
there's just a
is
fucking rager.
bussin'. Facts.
Guardian Center is awesome.
Favorite Metallica song?
I don't really have a favorite Metallica song. They're all great.
Tell me a song.
What, dude?
That was my way of saying that.
I don't know. I don't listen to a lot of Metallica. I mean, as soon as I see the names, I'm gonna know all of them. I just like, I'm terrible. I'm like, you know, when someone asks you a question like, "Oh, what kind of music do you listen to?" Like Enter Sandman. I know that one.
The Unforgiven for me.
Didn't they? Is Metallica? Didn't they do the song for the Stranger Things, the most recent?
Yep.
Oh, Worlds Apart.
Yep.
Okay, that's mine.
Yep.
See, I didn't even read that. I knew that.
The Unforgiven for me. I love The
All
Unforgiven.
right, good question. Except pick another band next time because
Yeah.
I don't know Metallica very well. I'm kidding. That was a good one. What kind of hop-up do you recommend for the Polar Star Jack?
Currently, I'm going to tell you to go still with a Max M4P. I will say that we have had a lot more issues with the newer versions of the Max hop-up units than we've had with the original Max Pro. However, they're still really good units. They still work very well. I just noticed that we spent a lot more time tweaking them than we did the old Maxes. I would say if you're looking for an M4 style hop-up unit and you want an alternative to a Max, go with the Prometheus. That's what I always recommend. And also because Terry wants me to recommend the Retro, and
Retro
I like
arms.
Retro arms.
Right, bro.
I've used it in one gun and it's the best.
I have it in two.
I'm messing with you. Wish I could make it. Definitely gonna try for Copperhead. Yeah,
Oh yes,
Copperhead's
definitely,
a lot of fun.
definitely try for Copperhead. Copperhead.
Pack your water and sunscreen because it's miserable.
It's-
It is miserable.
It is hot, dry, and if you're stuck at the trailer all day, it is just it gets bad.
Yeah. New Year's swap meet ? That'd be cool, but unfortunately, no, we don't have the planning for that. And with this is the busiest time of the year, we can barely keep our heads afloat just with our normal like responsibilities around here.
I think if we tried to do 2 swap meets in a year,
Well,
we would be A, going insane, B, probably not even have time with NatOp. Like NatOp for us becomes this giant like swap meet thing that we do nationally, which is also why we wanted to do the swap meet locally. It's because for like a community day thing, right?
yeah. Hey, look, Oops joined. Oops can just handle some swap meets
Yeah,
while we're away.
I think Oops, can definitely completely put together all the swap meet by himself.
Yeah, while he
He can
does
run
other responsibilities.
I don't think he has
out
anything
there.
else to do. Actually.
No, he's good for it.
I think he's fine.
Yeah, so Amped Ups on Instagram.
Yeah, tell him that you want to swap meet
Yeah,
as much as you can, and then he will do it for you.
he's gonna come.
He's
in here
gonna come
and
kill us.
Yeah, please don't do that. That's funny. Modern Warfare 2 has a version of Tarkov called DMZ.
DMZ is pretty cool.
I heard DMZ was actually kind
I
of
like
chill.
playing it.
I now know the pain of getting a ton of loot and getting splattered as you're extracting. Yeah, pain.
So
I have killed so many dudes in that.
how does DMZ work?
Oops just said no in all caps.
Oops said noops.
Oops said nope. Absolutely
So
not.
how does DMZ work? Is it exactly Tarkov? Because the thing with Tarkov is
Nothing can be exactly Tarkov.
well, because
So you can like pick up guns from other people, like other AI that are in the game. So
Warzone?
it's basically Warzone, but with AIs.
so the
in a
guns
sense.
you pick up that's loot. Do you
You can take the attachments off of it and shit, and then put them onto other guns.
and those guns are the only guns you can use in the DMZ, or so you can't use your regular loadout you would use for
You
multiplayer.
can insure guns and stuff like that, just
Okay.
You
like
know,
one gun.
you know what Cole told me about that I didn't know was a thing was the I forget what it's called, but it's like essentially team deathmatch for Tarkov. They announced it like 6 months ago or something. That would be a lot of fun. I would
love
definitely
that.
play that. But yeah, I just don't know the maps well enough. I have like tabs open that tell me what the damn controls are for Tarkov. I have tabs open that show me where I'm at.
That's what
And then I
always
still
have my
die.
info.
I think the first time I played, I got stuck in barbed wire because I loaded into the nighttime map and died. And I was like, oh, this is sick. But anyway, you can also take contracts and get money. And there's an insurance thing. You can take one custom gun when you spawn in.
Yeah.
It also has the cars and stuff.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Or
Real quick before we keep going down this, Kurt actually just sent me a message. I feel like I'm on a show and the producer like sends me a text message and I'm not gonna read it. But he just we have actually been reaching out to Max about some of the weirdness we've been having with the new HopUp units. The main point of problem is the grub screw that holds the arm on, right? And when you want to change out that arm to use a different nub, like an Omega nub, that grub screw becomes the point of problem, right? This is actually from Max. I'm not going to read it verbatim. I'm going to paraphrase, though, that the grub screws are actually not the problem. What they're saying is that there are a few Allen keys that got sent out that were not within their standard that are actually causing the problem. And so as we keep going through them, if you guys are having a problem with getting that grub screw out, don't use excessive force. If it feels like the Allen is about to give out or strip on you, stop and go get a 2mm Allen key screw.
Are they all
Allen
the
wrench
same
that fits
size?
with the screw is 2mm is what they said. That's what they are saying to here. From my testing, I think a 2mm is actually a little bit big.
I think so as well.
I think it's more closer to like a
It's like the
1.3 or a
yeah, the
0.9.
1.3 to 1.5.
Yeah, something like that. But anyways, they're aware of the issue that we're talking about. Outside of that one issue, there aren't any issues with that. Like it works great in pretty much anything.
I like Max units.
The Max units are great. I just feel like we knew the old ones so well, and we could just grab them, throw them in, good to go. Don't have to worry about it. It's a known factor. The new ones, there's a little bit of changes, and one of those changes we're having issues with, which is the grub screw / actually the Allen key, and they said they have already fixed the issue. It's just there's some still out in the world right now that they're going through that stock. Once that stock of them is gone, that issue will be gone, which in my opinion, if they fix that, the whole thing is awesome again.
Oh yeah. My Crytek is getting worked on.
Cool.
These guys are probably, one of them are probably working on it.
Yeah.
Except Tom.
I'm here looking pretty.
No, get better.
I'm here looking pretty.
Put that thing away.
I go back to the other thing. I can't see the question.
I don't know what they're even saying.
Well, yeah, you don't even have the freaking
I don't even know what
the studio thing open. It's just a Windows update.
Near swap meet, that was the last one. Hey guys, I have to keep my Crytek under 400 FPS SPR length, and I'm about to drop a 6.02 barrel in it. If I use too weak of a spring to try to keep the FPS down, what issue could I run into? That's a great question. So,
I mean, M95s usually you'd be under 400 no problem.
Yeah.
And then if it's the proper length, you won't necessarily run. The only thing I can even think of is on full auto.
Pre-engagement.
You have pre-engagement. Essentially, for anybody who doesn't know what pre-engagement is every time that your sector gear pulls your piston back, right? It comes back and it runs out of teeth, and then the piston slams forward with the force of the spring. Now, if the spring is so weak that it is too slow on pushing the piston forward, the sector gear will already have come around to pick up the piston, but the piston is still moving forward. And so they'll meet and grab, and you'll usually break a tooth off of one or the other.
Yeah.
But unless you have some absolutely ridiculous gear set, a stock gear set like 18-to-1s or something, or in that range, you really shouldn't run into that problem. So truthfully, no problems, to my understanding.
Yeah.
So you'll be good with an M95.
Yeah, M95. There's some M85s, but there's no reason to use those.
No.
Yeah, you should be fine if you put a lower spring in and be under 400 FPS. 400 is just one of the best limits to have, in my opinion, because there's guns that are built right around that mark that run really well, but you can very easily run your gun with a lower spring and it run perfectly flawless still, because the guns are built for higher.
Yeah. He do be looking pretty out of frame.
Yeah, the Instagram versus YouTube thing for the new camera setup is very weird, and it annoys the living heck out of me.
So if this bothers you, you can always jump to the YouTube app or Facebook and watch there. It'll be in proper aspect ratios.
Yes. And you can see the entirety of our backdrop,
which is so cool.
It's super not cluttered at all.
Just ordered a Polar Star Fusion Engine Mark 46 with you guys.
Sweet.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. I think I just saw that over in shipping today. They were saying how heavy it is.
Heavy boy.
Until I gut it and put a P-star in it and make it slightly lighter, but still heavy.
Just slightly.
I have a few over here. Hey guys, question. What upgrades would you do on any M4 or PDW if you was going against someone having an HPA system?
So are you saying what would you do to your AG to compete with an HPA?
Barrel upgrade immediately.
Yeah. I mean, so your biggest enemy essentially in this what do I say? Like in this battle, I guess you would say, is trigger response.
Mm-hmm.
The Polar Star or HPA engine will obviously get a round off faster with a standard AEG. But with our advances in technology and high-speed gear ratios and MOSFETs, a little-known trick called Pre Caulking.
Oh god, yeah.
Obviously, if this was a gun built simply to be as fast as an HPA system, I would use it. Pre Caulking on the normal aspect does put a lot of extra stress on your gearbox and will wear parts faster. But for those who don't understand what Pre Caulking is, essentially the piston sits in the forward position when you're not firing. When you pull the trigger, the gear set turns, pulls the piston back, and releases forward to make a shot happen. Obviously, that takes time. The fusion engine, or the HP engine, is ready to go and just drops whenever it's ready to fire. Pre Caulking essentially brings the piston to the last tooth of the sector gear and holds it there. So as soon as you pull the trigger, it only has one tooth to turn, and it drops the piston instantly, and then will reset and hold it back there for the next shot. So,
I'm sorry, hang on a second. He's being very informative. Tony's been working on this gun for a day and a half, and he finally got it working, and he just started silently celebrating, and I can't not laugh.
hell yeah, brother. But pre-caulking and parts to support pre-caulking would be the best way to compete with trigger response of HPA. And then, like Tom said, barrel build, because you want to have that range and consistency. But other than that, man, yeah.
If you were trying to match AEG to this, physically, that will always be able to shoot faster. Physics-wise, the solenoids can open and close faster and get a shot off, 2 shots off faster than an AEG with a piston going back and forth.
You're right. You're right.
Physically speaking,
Yeah.
it will always be faster. However, for average play, if you want to get close to the baseline of that, a gate, high-speed gears, high-torque motor, low-rated spring, honestly, a DSG.
A DSG with pre-caulking is as close as you
It's
can
as close as you're
physically
gonna
get.
Yes, physically.
I would say if a fusion engine was on open bolt, they'd be comparable, where it would have to go forward to make the shot happen. That's about as close
It's
as
as
you can
close
get.
as you would get.
Yeah, but you're also putting the fusion engine in a disadvantaged state
yes,
to
accommodate.
Yeah, but we're also talking like microscopic amount, like 0.000, like, and then a number of differences between. Physically, you're right.
HPA.
Physically, you're right. I can't argue with the fact
Like
that
this guy's talking about competing with an HPA system. Competing wise, outplay them.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I don't give a shit how fast your gun shoots. If you can't physically or mentally get that shot off faster, it does that microscopic. Your brain can't process that amount of time.
And if they're hosing you with rounds, you know where they're at. Get under them and shoot up at them.
Or move. So
Throw a grenade.
back in the day, CQB was all about how you moved and how you played.
How you flank.
It wasn't about your guns. We were all running around with combat machines and tri-shots and Elite Force 1911 CO2 pistols. There weren't, HP8 high kappas. There were 3 fusion engines at like most.
The funniest?
On a weekend of 100 players. There were 3 Polar Stars, probably, maybe, on a good weekend. It had nothing to do with the toy gun in your hands.
Yeah, out of like the 50, I was probably one of the few people that had a Polar Star.
Yeah, they were uncommon, and people would be terrified of them.
Yeah.
But they weren't any better
Yeah.
than someone who knew the field and could play.
And that was the funniest part, was the thing that was fearful was when one dude with a tri-shot that was just super good would go around and kill everyone. Because you would have 3 rounds hitting you and it would hurt like hell.
Right in the love handles.
Yeah, right in the love handles, yes. And it's just like, that was more fierce. A $60 spring-powered shotgun was scarier than an $850 minimum.
Yeah. Oh, back in the day,
HPA gun.
Back in the day, you couldn't get into an HPA rifle for like under $800.
Yeah,
It was
because
impossible.
it was a fusion engine until the SMP came out.
Until the SMP came out,
Yeah.
but then, they were 4 VFCs. You had to buy your $400 VFC rifle. It was crazy. It was really cool to see when they came out. But it was all about playing. All about playing.
It was all about who had a shotgun and how good they were with it. That was the scariest thing. When you heard the shotgun click, it actually put fear into you to hear a plastic shotgun slide back and forth.
It was fun. Those were the days. But it was all about movement. It had nothing to do with your toy gun.
What's the difference between Polar Star Fusion F2 and Amped Fusion F2?
That's actually a really good question. So a regular Fusion engine comes with certain nozzles. The base one comes with the blue nozzle, actually, but we often order ours that come already done with a red nozzle. Ours, our amped edition ones, are fancily colored. That's the biggest difference.
They say amped airsoft.
They
on
say
them.
amped airsoft on them. They either have his face, my face, or Ryan's face. And then you also get a purple nozzle and poppet.
Yes.
Right? So the purple poppet and nozzle are the big differentiating factors there. The purple nozzle has one of the widest bores to it, and the purple poppet has one of the smallest bores to it. We unplugged Terry's house.
Don't you dare. Here,
Come on, Indy!
I'll hook it back up. But continue, Tom.
Indiana Jones music plays softly in the background. Yeah, so that's the big. Functionally, the difference is the purple poppet and nozzle that comes with our amped editions. Kurt worked a lot with Polish Star to develop those, and those have been around for forever now. And then the other big difference is ours look cool.
They do. We just released. I'll be posting a video after we're done with the live. The purple editions are back in stock.
They
which
look
is super
so good.
I love the purple. Purple is my favorite color, so I'm slightly biased.
They look so good.
But the purple is dope. So I'd highly recommend jumping on those. And you get yourself a exclusive patch that only comes with the Fusion engine. Only way to get it. And once these 50 are gone, that's the end of that patch, and we'll design a new one.
Yeah, I do like that we're doing that now.
Yeah, me too.
Every year, every time we do a cycle, you're getting a different patch. You can't get that patch after that year.
Yeah, unless someone sells on HopUp or something.
Yeah.
But it's cool. Yeah. So we're excited that that's actually like kind of going over well. There are a few golds left. Probably do another post about those at some point. But the purples are the hype.
Purples are crazy. I love the purple and the red are the best for me. Granted, the red has my face on its own little eyes, but
the green is dope too. I like the green.
The green is very cool, but the shade of the purple that the anodizers did this time,
Yeah.
it is also a little bit weird because anodizing is kind of an art, and when you anodize metal, you get very close to the shade that you're looking for, but every time you do it, every year, I've noticed specifically with the purple and the gold, there's slight shade differences. And
Right.
this shade of purple
Is killer.
it's so nice. I'm so trying not to buy one because I have no use for it. It just looks really good.
Yeah, if I had a V2 anything, I'd probably get one, but I don't.
The
Arizona gun?
the Arizona T-gun.
It's already got a jack in it.
Put a fusion engine.
I'm all right. I'm good on that one. My KWA T10 needs a refresh. Have a gate, but stock internals. What do y'all recommend for parts? It all depends on what you want out of your gun.
Also, is a KWA, so it's going to be a little bit different too.
I would just beef up the weak components. I mean, if you think about it, like usually gears are pretty solid.
The stock KWA gears are solid, but a normal ratio.
Yeah.
The motor's good, but again, a normal speed motor. The main thing you need to worry about is the tappet plate. The tappet plate is pretty proprietary. So when you go to upgrade, if that tappet plate spring is worn out, you actually need to go get a new one from KWA because it's a proprietary one. And I think the nozzle is as well.
Yeah, but those aren't usually components you're changing.
No.
I leave stock tappets usually.
Yeah.
They hold fine.
Outside of that, you can pretty much do whatever you want with the gun. I'm cautioning you as to what is proprietary, and the reason the nozzle is proprietary is because the HopUp is proprietary. But if you change the nozzle and you want to change to a max, you can do so. You just need to change both.
There you go.
That's what I'd say.
Cool. Just ordered a gold edition F2 for my Crytek. Gonna be fire. Absolutely, bro. The F2 is a fantastic system. You'll love it.
Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
It's here again.
What?
The question.
What's the question?
The question. The only question. Here we are again. Stock VFC PDW versus stock Crytek PDW. Stock. They're saying stock.
VFC. Avalon. Tom, do we have any Crytek PDWs here?
I still think the Crytek's better.
No, do we?
I don't think pricing is better. No, they're both pretty high.
Because I think if we took both of them out back,
I still think the Crytek would shoot better, objectively.
I don't know.
Because
I
they're
really
bucking.
don't.
Literally, their bucking would be the deciding factor because they have that notch in their bucking, and it creates this channel for the BBs to be more consistent with. It's like a TDI W hold.
We'd have to see. We'd have to see. It doesn't guarantee that it shoots better.
I'm gonna check on the
You're
website.
both gonna lose.
I think the
How would we
Crytek.
both lose?
What are we talking about? What shooting out?
Stock PDW, Avalon PDW, or Crytek PDW?
Stock. It's completely stock.
That's kind of a hard choice.
Which one? Which one? Oops. Oops.
I'd go with the stock Crytek.
Okay.
I go with the PDW.
They're both PDWs. Which one would you go?
VFC or
VFC
Crytek?
or Crytek?
VFC.
Know where you stand.
VFC.
Yeah.
God damn it, Tony!
It's 2 and 2.
We have to test this now.
Crytek
God, this is
gearboxes
a
have
good playlist.
2 little upgrade options because they're proprietary MOSFET.
He said stock. He said stock. He said stock.
But stock, they're okay.
Stock.
I don't disagree
Stock.
with that they're both.
Stock.
They're both really
Yeah,
really
We're
good.
splitting hairs here, Tom.
Oh, we're
seriously.
splitting hairs no matter what. But the
Here's
question
that we
was,
win!
the question was phrased stock versus stock.
All right. Well, here's
Stock.
a big thing for you. If I remember correctly, the old Crytek PDWs have key mod.
No, the new ones don't.
Well, then, the new ones.
Oh, we're out of stock. We are
Oh,
out of
darn.
stock of the Crytek.
You can't
and
test
It did have key mod, I think.
Yeah, it did. The old one.
It did.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
I have the rail.
Yeah.
That's sick. That's sad.
Well, great. We don't even have.
We don't have them, so
Now
we
I'm
can't
pressed.
test them. So when we get them back in, I think we'll design.
No,
a
we,
test.
we have to. I mean,
We have to at this point. It's been asked every single freaking live.
It's only because we have differences of opinions. If we both agreed, no one would ever ask us.
No,
Like, all right, that's fair. I don't know, man.
you just want to see us fight.
You just want to see me win.
You just want to see me win. I am being objective from a functioning standpoint. They literally dollars to performance. They're pretty much dead even.
Oh, absolutely.
They're like completely dead even. But the Crytek has a different bucket. It has a different hop-up unit. The barrels are pretty basically similar.
VFCs, I think their barrels are pretty good.
They're good. I think Crytek's polish is equally as good though. I don't think there's any difference there. I think if you put 3 2s in either of them, you set up a test, and you shot a grouping size.
I'd laugh if
think
they
the
were
Crytek-
just absolutely identical. Just like there's no like they're shooting holes through the same, like the paper holes. Each BB's got like they're identical.
The target didn't change. What are you talking about? Oh, they're literally the same gun.
Yeah,
They're the
just-
same gun.
That would be what would happen. It would just be this internal, like the eternal argument of.
I think then we would have to split hairs on other parts of it. Like, okay, what shoots better? Let's
Just
start.
take them apart.
Yeah.
Start taking
All right.
them
Well,
apart
then
and
what
nitpick
what
them.
are the internals look like? Well, then we start going into how are these stock components versus these stock components, and it doesn't really matter because you're just going to want to upgrade in a year after owning it, which means Crytek would be not the choice.
Correct.
But we're talking about stock.
But Tom, it's crazy that you would defend something based on.
I'm
it's
going
solely
off of the phrasing of the question, and I'm answering within the question.
Yeah. All
They
right.
said stock.
You deviated from the question at first, though.
I guess with longevity, I would probably pick the VFC.
No, I'd still pick the Crytek. I'd still pick the Crytek.
Terry, there is no information that will get Tom to
No,
change.
I-
his
No, I'm going
I just-
off.
I-
of
just messing with you.
That's kind of hard for me because I have like.
Oh, here's one. Here's why I would not go with the Crytek. They don't have a battery extension for their PDW stock. However, it is already longer.
So is VFCs. They extended it. I'm pretty sure. Unless
Yeah,
that's
sure.
GMG.
They add
I know
they
GMG.
add
Oh,
the
they
they
did.
add the adapter. to
Yeah, they
it
have the
now,
adapter.
So you
Okay,
don't
so they
to
have
buy
the
it after.
adapter.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, they come with it.
That was
So-
dumb when you had to buy it after.
Yeah, so they come with it.
okay, so Crytek just decided we're just going to extend it, and VFC said, well, we'll just add in one, and you can pick the size.
Well, it's a cap. Yeah, it's a cap. I personally think, is this the one that screws on? You need the Allen key.
What, the Crytek?
Yeah. Take the bake plate off, right?
Oh yeah.
That's a
'Cause
pain in the ass.
I have one in my car.
That's a huge pain in the ass.
It is.
Right.
It's too,
To
it's
be
too
able to just
Allen.
grab the clip and pull it to change your battery. Bro, imagine you're like, oh man, I'm getting shot. You changed my battery.
This isn't that one. No.
Let me get my 2mm Allen
No,
key.
this is
That's the
that was
old-
what I was actually gonna say.
That's the OG.
This
Oh, they redesigned
they
it.
redesigned
They
it.
That's the
redesigned it.
OG one.
Yeah.
I have it in my car.
And it's literally just a pull down tab. It's super easy to use. It's a thumb tab.
They're both good. Yeah, they both function.
Why did you ask this?
Is that
Jake Burton 4.
is that stock spring loaded?
What do you mean? Oh, this? Yeah, it springs out.
Okay, so they're both spring loaded. I'm
They're literally
I'm covering my bases here,
they're
bro.
the same
They
gun.
both have functioning dust covers. They both have functioning bolt catches. They're both M-lock. They both have spring-loaded butt stocks.
Let's look at pricing. The Crytek on our website, even though it's out of stock, is $348.99 before tax. And then the VFC.
You're going to type out PDW.
I think it's like 4 something.
It's what I'm thinking. But I was going before tax too. Hang on a second. I have the HPA build.
Dude, the search function is so lit. Just search PDW.
Oh my god, Call of Duty.
Yeah.
There it is. And the whoa, okay. The the VFC.
It's a $100 difference.
It's more expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So the
I was gonna say,
VFC
it's
is
close to
$464.99
5.
before
I thought
tax.
so.
Crytek.
So we win.
No, we're more expensive.
No, you're more expensive.
Yes, but I personally, I don't know. I think VFC's externals are of the higher quality.
I
Can
don't.
you turn this on?
I think they're equal.
I didn't.
I
think
feel it
they're-
until
they
I,
are
like,
completely
touched my-
Okay, well, I don't know.
There's a lot of things that I think Crytek and VFC are very equal on, and then VFC will have this, and then Crytek will have this, and then VFC will have this, and it keeps going and going and going, and then there's like this one little thing that I'm like, well, Crytek does have this, and I don't really see the exact same thing out of the VFC. That's the only reason I am
This
saying.
live's gonna end.
Oh my god, we've been talking the entire time. I love this.
Why'd you do this? Why Burton?
We'll see you next week for more talk of Crytek and VFC.
I don't want the Instagram live on Instagram to go without an outro. So
Okay.
thank you guys for watching. And we hope you all have a merry holidays. Good holidays.
Happy Christmas and a
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
New Year to
Merry
you and
Chrysler.
yours.
Spend a good weekend with your friends and family, and we will catch you guys next week, the lunchtime live, and VFC versus Crytek results. Just kidding.
You're a geek.
Love